If you have come across this video, better days are ahead. I mean, from the minute you clicked in this video, I sense a chain of positive energy, positive shift around your vitality, your life force energy, creativity, passion. You may have been feeling stagnant, but here comes flow. Here comes fluidity, flexibility, adaptability. And the number 7 stands out here to me. Over the next 7 days could be when this energetic flow begins to happen for you. Starting from this moment, where you felt stagnant or stuck, flow comes in. And that could look like in a physical sense. If you have been experiencing a lot of blockages, delays, stagnation in your life, you may notice that it begins to rain over the next few days. Literally, you may notice that where you're at, whatever state, country, location you're at, it could experience some rainfall. Things beginning to flow. And that's the way energy shows up in our physical reality. So the number 7 is relevant here. Again, you could be born on the 7th day, the 16th, the 25th. You could be July, born in the month of July. Cancer, sun, moon, rising, moon in the first house, moon in the fourth, moon in the 7th. Those of you familiar with your birth chart. You could have a lot of your planets in the sign of Cancer or sitting in the 4th house. You could be seeing the number 777 a lot. 34, 34, 313, 16, 16, 25, 25. You could be a life path 7, soul urge 7. So 7 is strong here. A lot of 7s I'm getting. The other thing I'm picking up here is the color red. Right before filming this, I saw a house finch, the bird. It has a red head, red tail, beautiful. It was singing out my window. So that could be relevant for some of you. You could be drawn to music. You could be singing a lot or having the same song on repeat over and over again. A lot could be happening with music for you around this time. But red is connected to the root chakra, the physical body, the physical reality. If you have had any sort of imbalances with your senses, especially your sinuses, any kind of blockages or stagnation over there, that could begin to flow better for you. So there's an energetic shift connected to the physical reality, because when we think of the physical reality, we're thinking of the root chakra, which is connected to the color red. You could be drawn to that color. But also that has to do with vitality. That has to do with being grounded and rooted in your physical body. And I see this sort of flowing into different areas of your life, your habits, your routine, how you're showing up in the physical world, your material world, your connections with others, how you are showing up for yourself and others within these connections. You could be feeling more confident, more grounded, more sure of yourself over the next few days. We're going to go in with the tarot into the pattern reading to see how your energy is shifting, what is happening for you. Now, we talked about the number 7. We talked about the red color, but what is going on in your energy? What patterns are shifting that are causing for this positivity, creativity, vitality, and many more blessings coming into your life? What is shifting in the pattern for you, your energetic patterns? How is it shifting? What is shifting? Let us dive right in. Going in with the tarot. Let's see what comes through here. Let's see what comes through. I'm going to go with this here. We have the Chariot card. Okay, we have the Chariot. See what else we have. We're going to go with this here. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. Let's see if anything else comes out. we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, I just want 4 cards, but I noticed that we have 2 extra cards here. We have the Five of Pentacles and we have the Temperance card. Okay, so I'm going to put these this way. Hopefully we can get them all in on camera here. And we're going to be centering that like that. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. And now let's look into the pattern. So we have the Chariot card upright with the number 7. 2 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Underneath the deck here, we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have Temperance upright. Now, when we started the channeled messages, when we started this, I talked about seeing the number 7 a lot. Here we are with a lot of 7s. I mean, we have 5 here, 5 of Pentacles plus 2, right? 5 plus 2 is 7. So we have 7, 7, 7. Can't make it up. I mean, your guides are very, very straightforward here. Cannot make it up. Amazing. Yet again, this confirms what I said earlier before we pulled out the cards. You could be seeing a lot of 7s. I mean, some of you could have some significant transit going on. In the house you have Cancer in, we do know that Jupiter is moving into the sign of Cancer. So that could be a very big change for you. And that's happening in the Vedic astrology transit. Some of you could be having something significant this July coming up, but there is a powerful shift for you. There's a powerful energy from the minute you see this over the next 7 days. And let's look at what is shifting energetically for you. What is the pattern shift outside of these numbers that you're seeing, which is 7? What else could be happening? Another thing I'm getting here for you all, though, you could be seeing the number 333 as well. Okay, that's another number I'm sensing here for you. And 4747. So a lot of 333, 4747, which would be 1111. So 1111, 4747, 333, and 777. There is a victory. But why do I say a victory? Because the Chariot is the victorious one. That is what I call the Chariot card personally. The victorious one. Someone who has gone through something challenging and it has tested them in the sense of it has allowed them to tap into the shadow, the sides of themselves that they had to face, the darker sides of themselves. And also they've learned from that. Hence tapping into the lighter side of themselves. That's why we have the yin yang energy there, the dualities. But the Chariot has grown. The Chariot has mastered something. That is why the Chariot is coming out victorious. The Chariot has healed something, but it was through the struggles, it was through the challenges that the Chariot has come out victorious. And who is the Chariot? That is you. You have overcome something. Now, we talked about the color red. When you just look at what we have here, the spread, this color is so vibrant, it's standing out. So the red color is significant, meaning whatever you have gone through, whatever you have overcome has a direct impact on your physical reality. Even though you may have been going through things mentally, spiritually, the results of those changes, the result of that pattern shift doesn't just happen internally inside, it also is going to show above. As within, so without, as above, so below. It's going to show in your physical reality. And that is what we have here with this Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Chariot upright. So Chariot says to me, over the next 7 days, the reason why there is this surge of energy, the reason why there is this shift for you is because you have overcome something. And what I love about this energy for you is the fact that you're not just coming out with this sort of squeaky clean Oh, it's all perfect. No, you're coming out balanced and solid. You know exactly why you had to experience all of this. You know exactly what your role was in the struggles that you were experiencing. You also are aware of the shadow side. Okay, maybe I was overthinking a bit too much. Maybe I was letting other people's projections get into my head. Maybe I was still struggling with some scarcity mentality. You're fully aware of that, shadow. But on the other hand, you have overcome. The awareness allowed you, the shadow, the understanding of the awareness of the shadow allowed you to heal. Now we have that healing symbolism there, right there. It allowed you to heal whatever this was. And now you understand the light and the shadow of it all. And this is why over the next 7 days, things feel like they're accelerated for you. The energy gains momentum. And I love that we have this element of balance in here. The chariot is riding the yin and the yang, the dualities, but doing it courageously, effortlessly, with confidence, with victory, with determination, with willpower. So there's an element of balance. And when we look at this card here with temperance, this is about balancing something out. This is about mixing the two things together to create something wonderful. The shadow and the light, understanding that things had to be the way they were because through those detriments, we gained the blessings. Through the pain, we gained the wisdom. With the temperance card here, there's an element of balance. There's an element of understanding. Over the next 7 days, I sense this pattern shift for you where things feel more balanced for you, where you're able to see the flow where things may have felt very stagnant. Two of Swords was struggling to choose. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? What decision do I make? That is a Two of Swords. You notice we have the moon in the background. The moon is very much connected to our intuition, our emotion. For some of you, your mind may have felt just pulled in different direction, confused, lacking the ability to decide. That is what's shifting for you. And with the Seven of Wands, there is this energy of feeling frustrated because Seven of Wands is this energy of like, why are you in my way? Get out of my way. Let me be. That is the Seven of Wands. It's like this nuisance, this energy of like, oh, irritant, like move away. What is this? Right? And it calls for this person to have to fight things off and remove things off. So there might have been a frustration here that caused you to stay in your head. Why isn't this working? Maybe you found yourself overthinking something having to do with the material things, your work related things, the financial side of life. All that seems to be dissolving. With the Chariot here, you have overcome. Sometimes we are in a place of pause and stagnation because there are lessons we must learn. It's not just about going through certain things, sweeping it under the carpet. No. The Chariot is that mastery in some capacity, right? It understands the shadow, it understands the why, but it also understands that we must move past this, the blessings that comes from overcoming that challenge. When we have that understanding of the why and understand that energetic pattern, then we're moving with wisdom. Then the pathway is clear for us. So there's something that you may have spent a lot of time trying to understand. You didn't just rush past it. You didn't bypass it. You've stayed with it for quite some time. You've tried to understand, why did this happen? Or why does this keep happening? Because you've been in your head about it. You've been in your mind about it, questioning. Now, if we look at the Two of Swords, the birth energy of this card, the core, the mother of all twos in tarot, is what? The High Priestess. Because why? The High Priestess is the number 2. Every other 2, whether it's a Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, they're all birthed from the High Priestess, which is the number 2. That energy carries into the Two of Swords here. There might have been times where you were struggling with your intuition, because the High Priestess is all about tapping into that spiritual side of you, divine feminine side, your intuition, trust in your intuition. So there might have been some issues around trusting your intuition that you dealt with in the past. Yet again, with the Chariot here, you've overcome. or you're overcoming. And temperance here, whatever you were meant to come into over this next 7 days. For some of you, maybe it's a shift in your work, your routine, maybe a new lifestyle, a new way of doing things, a new way of living. It required you trusting your intuition. It required you to come into balance within yourself first before you can do this. For example, this could look like someone who is meant to guide others, teach others, inspire, whatever it is. And they have to go through their own initiation, right? Their own spiritual journey where they have to do their own shadow work. They have to sit with, for example, the pattern of a people pleasing, right? They may have to sit with that part of themselves that self-sacrifices. Maybe they learned that from the family they came from. They have to sit with these things, understand why they're there, look at those things, understand how to release them, where did they come from, all of that journey of shadow work, and then gain the wisdom, forgive themselves and whoever is involved, gain the wisdom. That whole process is basically what the Chariot has done. And until they do that, they are not able to come into temperance, because temperance, this is where you come into practice that. Now you're coming into maybe guiding other people. It becomes a part of you. It becomes something you use in your day-to-day life. It becomes something that you not only utilize in healing others, but also helping yourself moving forward. It was something that you had to overcome, a journey you had to go on for yourself to gain that balance, to gain that wisdom, to gain that perspective, to understand the shadow and the light of your journey, because you're going to somehow turn around and use that in the days ahead. For some of you, it could be in work-related things. Some of you could just be a new lifestyle, habit, and routine that you have gained through overcoming whatever you needed to overcome. A new way of living, new way of expressing yourself, a new way of going through life or working, a new way of seeing yourself, of applying yourself, of navigating your world. That has come because you have done something. You have healed and you have overcome limitations. The need to feel like you have to prove yourself. And that could have came from projections, 5 of Pentacles, getting in your head about proving something or having to try so hard. And every time you keep pushing and trying so hard, 5 of Pentacles, scarcity energy. So this could also be some kind of dealings around scarcity, dealings around not feeling like you were enough. But there's something about other people, being in that kind of environment or having that sort of mindset, that scarcity mindset, you've overcome that as well. Understanding why that was important for you to experience, looking at it with courage and dealing with it, changing your mindset, and then coming out of it with wisdom. That's what you've done. The 4 of Pentacles sometimes could talk about this rigid way of being, because this is a king. This is a royal figure. But when you look at the energy, you question, why are they so uptight? Why are they holding on and gripping on so tightly? When you think of a royal energy, you think of a regal, a king, a queen. They should sit in that energy abundantly. They should feel confident. But when you look at the 4 of Pentacles, there's an energy of restriction, pulling tightly, holding tightly, which also connects to scarcity. When we don't feel like we have enough of something, what do? We hold on tightly. So there's something about gripping onto something tightly or having to try so hard for something that you have been working through, whether you're conscious of it. A lot of you are. If you've come across this, you absolutely know what this is. You know what you've been working on. And you're coming into this powerful energy. When you look at the Chariot, there's a crown here. This is you coming into this energy of, I know life can sometimes be a bit maybe shadowy, and I know life could equally be beautiful. I can handle it. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to be in this energy of restriction. No. If I could overcome whatever this was, If I could overcome things from my past, then I'm able to overcome whatever else is ahead. So I'm going to be this chariot. I'm going to sit on this beautiful throne and I'm going to move forward, because the chariot is also about forward movement. You trust yourself more because of what you've gone through. And that was the whole point. For you to overcome this and for you to know the ability you have in overcoming things and not being afraid of, if life can be a bit maybe darker sometimes and having to face some shadow things, you're confident in that, because the energy you were in before is a distorted sense of power. Because sometimes when we're in this Four of Pentacles energy, we feel like we're doing the right thing. We feel like we're protecting ourselves. All along, we are restricting ourselves. Therefore, the blessings and the showers of blessings that want to come in, we are repelling it. We're keeping it away. All in the sake of protecting ourselves, all in the sake of, I have to hold on tightly, I have to prove something, right? So there could have been some mentality. Again, things in the past, ways of being, the ways that you may have carried yourself, the way you may have carried your energy, the way you may have applied yourself in different ways and different aspect of your physical reality. You may have applied yourself as this energy here, but there's a shift. You're in this power energy, in this fearless energy, in this balanced energy, in this I trust myself energy, because that's what you need. Being in that energy of self-trust, feeling empowered. There is a beautiful trine happening here. We see that triangle here, a trine. In astrology, trines are very much connected to blessings. So there's a trine coming your way. There's a blessing coming your way. Your angels, the divine, the universe is able to support you because you're allowing them in. Four of Pentacles, we're so protected, we're so closed off that we close everything off. We cloak ourselves, we cover everything, to the point where blessings that are meant to come in, we're so afraid of everything, or we're so guarded that we repel them. But rightfully so, I understand this. When you've gone through certain things, at this point, you're like, listen, I don't know what's going on. I must cover. I must be very extra vigilant. So it happens. When you've gone through certain things, you just want to guard and be on defense and protect all the time. But no need for that, because you have learned all you needed to learn and you're coming into more balance, temperance. Things are flowing, blessings are coming in. So look out for the number 777. That's relevant for you. 333 I mentioned. And red, you have overcome something. And the pattern shift in here, you're going to feel a relief mentally. You're going to feel a relief energetically as well, and physically with the pentacle energy here. Beginning to trust yourself, beginning to believe in your own power. And when we are in this energetic state, we are tapping into vitality with the color red, passion, creativity as well, that reddish orange color. There's a lot of life force energy we're opening up to, because we're no longer blocking. We're no longer restrictive. We're no longer guarded. That is why the energy shift is happening for you. And with all the sevens here over the next 7 days, that is the pattern reading you have here today. I wish you so much blessings. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you all soon.